Hello everybody and welcome to my video, Getting Tidier. So it's the second day of my challenge and I've got to be honest, I'm struggling. I'm determined to achieve my goal, but it's not going to be easy. I've just got in from my walk to finish off my steps and it's now 10:15 and I'm supposed to do a couple of hours work to finish some things off. So I'm guessing what I just need to be realistic about is that I can't be in two places at once, can I? So I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the video starts with me sorting out the kitchen. And the first part of it does feel a little bit manic because I feel like I'm here, there and everywhere, which I guess I was. Before I started the washing up, I just wanted to clean the draining rack. So you'll see me wipe all that down and clean that just with fairy liquid. I used to use all different sprays and then I realised actually you don't need any sprays. All these sprays that used to make us all wheezy. One spray was fine with me but made my husband and daughter wheezy, and the ones that were fine for them made me wheezy. But fairy liquid and vinegar are fine for everybody. So I clean it all down with fairy liquid before I start washing up, and then I get all the washing up done. Not much of a backlog at all because I'm on top of the washing up. And then you'll see me put all the washing out. Here in East Anglia, in England, it's been raining for the majority of the day. And I think this is going to be the wettest June on month. I've never ever known. June usually is quite a nice time in England. You can see different attractions in different cities and in the countryside. It's not too busy. And it tends to be very pleasant, not too hot, very pleasant weather. But I've got loads of washing to get dry. I've got backlogs of washing to get dry. So I put a white load on, you'll see in the video, and then I put a coloured load. I've got all the washing that got wet outside, which I've been trying to dry. And the house this morning, to be frank, was really quite cold. Our house does get cold when it rains, so I had to put the heating on again. So you'll see me put all the washing out, and then you'll see me clearing the sides. So a few people have said your side's getting bad, it's all getting messy. You're right, it is. So I moved everything off my little unit, didn't I? And then I've got piles of other things I need to put away. So I clear that up, not perfect, but I did improve it. Then you'll also see me sorting out some stuff on the table. I sort some things out in the kitchen because underneath my little unit was looking all a mess and needed to be swept and cleaned. And then you will see on my video the item that I said no to today. So I went to a garden centre today because I'd got some birthday vouchers and I bought a pineapple mint, which you'll see more of if you follow me on my gardening channel, because I'll be talking more about my plants on my gardening channel. And then I said no to this lovely ceramic pot, garden pot. It was 50% off. And my daughter and my husband said, oh, well, you've got your birthday voucher. You could get it with that. I thought, yes, I could get it with that. But actually, I don't need another pot. So I didn't buy one. And then the table has got a complete and utter mess with all my daughter's, mostly with her school books. And then you'll see me sorting out some of my plants and getting rid of my flowers from my birthday, which have now finished, and my anniversary flowers. And I'm going to go through a few comments now, but I do have a little surprise for you at the end of the video. And am I encouraging you to stay to watch to the end of the video? Yes, I am. No lie about it, but it's worth staying for. It's going to make some of you laugh. So, to go through some of your comments. So first up, Karen Howard asked me, who is going to care for your plants while you are away? Well, my greenhouse and my outside plants will check and test the timer. So nobody will need to come round and water those. And then, to be honest, my indoor plants, what I tend to do is give them a really, 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 really big drink before we go away, and then they tend to be fine. I do usually give my mum a door key for the house, But I'd rather people not water the plants because I've lost plants in the past by people watering them too much. Judith Woomer said, "Good job, Emma, getting rid of all that stuff. The garden is looking so beautiful. Are the seedlings in your greenhouse going to be planted in your garden or kept in the pots?" So Judith, please do check out my gardening channel because I will talk more about this on there for those of you that are interested in gardening. So it will be a bit of a mix. So that massive great tray that's come up, all my dwarf beans, my kohlrabi, my peas, all of those will be planted in the garden. My poached eggplants will be planted in borders, and they are really easy to grow and they self-seed. And the other great thing about them is that, like, sometimes when we have quite mild winters, they keep on flowering like through October, November. One year that flowered all the way through and then came back the next year because they're supposed to be annuals generally. Then what else have I got? My big tall plants. I'm just trying to think the flowers that the bees absolutely love. The really tall ones like we've got outside the kitchen window. Yeah, my husband's saying foxglove, but no, I'm talking about the really unusual ones like our friend's got in the front. Snow tower, that's it. Do any of you have snow towers? So I'm growing some snow towers, so I'm going to put those out. They're absolutely loved by the bees. And then when I get spares, I sometimes sell them. It's like during lockdown, I sold so many plants. And what was good is obviously because you needed to be careful that we didn't spread COVID around. So I would just say they're on my doorstep, you can collect them when you like, and can you put the money in the letterbox? And everybody was honest. That worked really well. So Judith also says, I'm in on the challenge. Once a week, I'll say my progress. It's slow going, but I'm not giving up. Well done, Judith. That's great. And quite a few of us are all doing this challenge. Please just one point here. You don't have to start the same time as me. So I'm on day 2, but you might decide to start on Wednesday and do 30 days. You might decide to start tomorrow. And for those of you asking what is the challenge, well, you can do whatever you like. Something to get fitter, something to change. So my challenge is 10,000 steps a day and to say no to something every day. So I said no to my pot that I saw that I was tempted to buy that was 50% off because I really do not need any more pots. So that was just going to clutter up my garden. And at the moment, my steps are 10,145. But I've had to do a massive, great circuit of the local houses because I got back from my in-laws and I think I was about 6,000. So I had to do 4,000 steps. I can't do that again tomorrow. It's exhausting. And then Judith said the deer, did you call it a deer? It's beautiful, yes. It's a munkjack deer. And they're quite common where I live. They're really cute. It's not a calf, it is an adult. That's how big they grow to. Brooke Howell. Hi, Brooke. Brooke says, okay, Emma, please fill those of us not from the UK in on that word you used at the beginning of your video. Brucey bonus. I don't know how I can possibly explain that. Brucey bonus. So there used to be someone when I was growing up, he was always like on Saturday night TV called Bruce Forsyth. He was like a presenter on Saturday TV, like family entertainments. And there used to be part of his game show was that if someone got a Brucey bonus. And somehow it's kind of got into language. Although I don't know many people that say it. But if I say, oh, it's a Brucey bonus, everybody knows what I'm talking about. And I don't quite know how I say it because I don't think my mum or dad say it. We have lots and lots of strawberries to eat here, Brooke says. My dad never ate them much. Mum decided to grow some this year, which aren't ready yet. However, we all 3 buy them when we go to the store. How do you like to eat them best? I usually eat them plain or in a lettuce salad. Wow, you eat strawberries in a salad? Tonight we had them in a lush dessert. Yummy. So I probably like strawberries best, cut up with a tiny little bit of sugar on them, a little bit of water, and so all the juice goes to syrup. And then maybe I might have a little bit of vanilla ice cream. I'd rather have ice cream than cream. But yesterday I just had them by themselves and they were very nice. Very nice. Next comment. Does the counter all the way to the left of the sink turn into a dumping zone? Yes, Carolyn, it does. Carolyn Quinn. Yes, it does. What happens is it's more likely to happen with my husband when he's washing up, but he takes everything from the drying rack and piles it onto the side. But I'd rather that and some washing up being done than not. So Tracy Forth, I've started the 30-day challenge and I've done my steps for today. Well done, Tracy. That's fantastic. Erin says it's Friday evening. Yay. I've just gotten off work. I've fed the dogs and now going to change into my suit and then out to the pool before dinner. It's 34 degrees out there. Erin, can you remind me of where you are again? 34 degrees and here we're just getting rain. Kitty Cookie, I'm watching you whilst I'm on holiday sunbathing in Menorca. Back home to Manchester tomorrow after a lovely week away with your friends. Oh, great. I bet you've had lovely weather then, if you've been sunbathing. What you've missed is torrential rain, Kitty. Torrential rain is what you've missed. So please bring some sunshine back for us. And also, please let me know how Manchester is. I used to love that big building. I'm looking at my husband at the moment. Afflex's Palace. That was it. And I was about 23, 24. And I used to go to Afflex's Palace and look around and go in the shops. And it was fantastic. And then I can remember some wild nights out when I was in my very early 20s on Canal Street. We'd get the train in from Horwich and get off in Manchester. A couple of times we went for like a Chinese buffet or get an Indian takeaway, well, Indian restaurants. And then we'd go out along the canal. Fantastic nights out. Hilarious. I can remember one time we missed the train back to Horwich. And I think we had to get like a taxi. And it was really difficult to get a taxi because it was so busy. And I think we got back to our hotel in Horwich, which was the football stadium. It's gone from my mind. Must be all this walking. But the football stadium in Horwich, and we must have got back at about 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I had to be up and in work for 8. I remember that day well. Video games historian. I started Saturday, i.e. today. Now listen to this, everybody. Massive shout out to the video games historian. This is what she's put. Got floors cleaned, landing, bathroom, hall and kitchen. Cleaned out the animal bed, scrubbed the kitchen. I'm claiming those as a major challenge as they were a mess. Well done you. Going to do the utility room tomorrow as it has junk needing to be thrown. Wish we had deer where I live, although we do have a fox now and again. Wow, you've had an incredible day, video games historian. Well done. So some of you have pledged to walk 2,000 steps a day. Some of you 1,000 steps a day. Some of you to eat less chocolates. Some of you to swim. Some of you to do some decluttering each day. So well done, all of you. That's super. I'm going to keep on with my 10,000 steps a day. On reflection, I probably should have said 8,000 steps. But one of my followers has actually got various health conditions and an issue with her heart. And she was going to aim for 10,000 steps a day. And I did say, look, don't push yourself too far. It's got to be realistic. So I'm glad that so many people are joining in. It's fun. And please let everybody know how you're getting on in the comments, whatever it is you decide to do. It's just important that we set realistic goals for ourselves and not things that are totally unrealistic or difficult, which has kind of made me think it's not a good idea. What I need to do is do the steps throughout the day and not leave loads to the evening. I've got lots of work to do in job 1. I've got loads of things to do for job 2. I've got 4 sets of personal accounts that I need to write up. And I've got to finish my guide licence. And the lady who's my mentor with my guide licence has messaged me and says, oh, we need to get it done before the summer. And I totally agree. But I need to get all my accounts done before the summer. And I need to get all my other things done before I go away. I'm now sort of starting to look so I'm on holiday for 3 weeks. Then I come back for a week. Then I'm on holiday for 2 weeks. So I was looking at my diary and seeing when I come back for that 1 week, I've got my job number 1 to do, but then I've got to see all of my learners for all of July within that 1 week. The Friday, my husband will look after my daughter, and my mum has said that she can go to hers for some time, so that'll be nice, spend some time with Grandma. I was really sad earlier. I got really upset earlier, just to share that with you. Tomorrow's Father's Day. So I'd messaged my dad and asked about seeing my dad tomorrow. You kind of think, dads want to see their children too, don't you? And as you know, I'm quite close to my dad. But he said that he was at church in the morning, which is fine. And then in the afternoon, he's going out to where his house is. Because he spends some time at his partner's house and some time at his house. So I said, okay. And then I thought, oh, right. So I've obviously got to make sure things are all okay for my daughter's dad, my husband. So I've got him to think of. I've got my dad to think of. I've got my father-in-law to think of. And also I wanted to consider my brother-in-law. So just on the video, you can see where I went to the garden centre. I'll come back to my story in a bit. And I just wanted to mention about all these beautiful, beautiful herbs and plants. And I chose myself a pineapple mince. And it's variegated. I really love plants of variegated leaves because I think they look nice in all different lights. And also they say that different types of insects like variegated plants. And then I saw some lovely pots. And then in a minute, you'll see the one that I decided not to buy, that I was tempted to buy. And then I thought, no, I'm going to say no, because I don't need it. That one I really loved, with the sort of textured side. I thought they were really nice. And then that was the one that I was tempted to buy, but I decided not to. Yeah, so then I messaged my sister and said, oh, have you organised to see Daddy? And she came back and said, yes, have you? So then I realised what had happened. So in the morning he's going to church, just him and his partner. And in the afternoon he's organised to see my sister. So I thought, okay, so I felt like there'd been no consideration to what we were doing. And then I've since found out that they've organised to go for a meal, which because of my daughter's allergies, we can't go. I mean, when she was little, she'd be okay to take a lunchbox or have a jacket potato and baked beans. But now she's 11 and everybody else is eating anything they want and having a burger or, having chips or whatever they want. It's not much fun, is it, when you're 11 to sit and eat a jacket potato with baked beans? So I went to see him today and took his presents and took his card. And I just felt really sad about the whole thing. And then you'll see me put all my washing out. So I've got some colours there which were outside. They're under the veranda, so thankfully they're nearly dry. And I hung out all my white washing. So hopefully a lot of that will get dry. Now I'm going to tell you about something that I think will make some of you laugh. So do you remember my idea that the things that I declutter, some of the things, I could secretly place one in somebody's house? So you remember I decluttered and sorted some things. I had some things, they're actually on my table, some of them. Yeah, that's there. So can you see the circular vase? I'll see whether I can do a little clip and I'll zoom right in. I'll edit the video in a minute so you can do that. So I've got a few things in a pile. I've got a vase that I never use, the plate there, which is influenced by a famous artist, and another vase. And there was a little candle holder as well. I decided that I would declutter secretly into someone else's house. So right towards the end of the video, you'll see that one of the vases and how lovely that looks in somebody else's house. The main challenge was the person's house is very free of clutter. As I went round, I realised all the sides, the tops of the tables and everything, there's nothing on the windowsill, and I realised how they must see my house as being very cluttered because I've got so much space clear. So it was actually quite hard finding a good location for the vase, but I did find a good location, and while everybody was busy, I just popped in, placed the item and quickly moved out. I've got about 6 more items that I now need to find a new home for. So might be an item placed to my sister's, my mum's, my dad's, maybe a friend's. Oh dear. It's little things amuse me. So then you can see me watering my plants. You can see my plants are still doing quite well. And still, yeah, my Tradescanthia is a little bit unhappy because I'd not watered it quite enough. But hopefully it will make a okay recovery. And then I clear up my little table and put my flowers away to be sorted. Have a quick tidy round. And then right at the end, you'll see my lovely vase in its new home. So I hope you've had a lovely day. Please let me know how your day is. Please let me know if you're joining in with the challenge and what types of things you're doing. Remember, it's not too late. You can start anytime soon. You don't have to be on the same day as me. You can start next week or the week after or tomorrow, whatever you think. And it's about choosing something that's right for you. So it might be, like I said, 500 steps a day, or just walk to the shop and back. Whatever you feel is right. If you want to join in, it'd be super. Having a bigger number of people all part of this journey, and we'll all be getting fitter as well as getting tidier. Hope you've had a great day. Thank you for all your support, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.